Alright, I shot this video once, but the audio was kind of wonky, which is why I have the headphones on my head. Sounds good. Gonna set the headphones down and hope for the best. If you saw my video yesterday, I was talking about a disco pool party that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. It's outdoors. It's from like 5:30 to 10, so part of the evening it will be in the daylight, part of the evening will be in the dark. But one thing they have, I don't know if you want to say requested or demanded, is a mirror ball because it's a disco party. So I'm using this setup right here. Part of this is from the Decor series. I think it's called an MBSK, and it's the bracket and the motor that I'm using up here. It's from Eliminator. I'm not using the whole Eliminator setup. The whole setup has a tripod and a scrim on it, but I wanted to keep it lightweight and simple, so I'm using a speaker stand and not using the scrim. But yeah, that's where the bracket is from. Some of you were asking, that's what it is. I need to figure out how to light things up because I have options. Usually when you're working with mirror balls, back in the old days we used to use them a lot, we would use pin spots on them. It's a relatively tight beam angle, and one challenge that I always kind of wanted to try to do was not make an eclipse shadow behind the mirror ball, which is tough to do unless you have a really tight beam, which I'm not going to use a tight beam. I'm just going to use some kind of light. I have a few things that I thought I'd try. I thought I'd share them with you. My first thought was to go with something like an ape coin. I don't know how well you can see this, but it's a little LED light with a 10-degree lens on it that's kind of something that I've added. It's USB powered and it's magnetic. Since the Decor MBSK bracket is made out of metal, I could just stick this right to the metal bracket with the magnet and I get light. Didn't turn out too well. I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. See, it's pretty bright, right? So I thought what I could do, since this is magnetic, like this, is just stick it under here and I get an effect. And as you can see, it's not really producing much of an effect at all. It's kind of lame. The 10-degree lens is, relatively tight. You can go tighter than that, of course, but it's kind of what I have laying around. But I think you have to be kind of far away from the mirror ball to get the light to focus. Can you see that on the wall a little bit there where the record cabinet meets the wall? It's not very bright though. I would have to figure out a way to attach this somewhere where it would shoot like this. I could do it, but that sounds like a lot of monkeying around for a simple pool party. They're just not paying me that much. And notice I've got an eclipse. See that shadow on the record cabinet? So this isn't tight enough. But I'm not worried about that. It's an outdoor party. It's not a big deal. Normally, something I like to do, like I mentioned before, is set it up where you didn't have that eclipse. And if you went that close, look at that. You're not producing any kind of an effect with a 10-degree beam angle. But I don't really have anything real tight that's easy to use. So this isn't going to work very good. The next idea I had, actually I come over here and show you, is this guy right here. This is called a Saber Spot. I think it's DTW, which stands for dim to white. It's very bright. And it's DMX, it's an 80J piece that I had laying around. Now, this lens is 20 degrees, but there is a 10-degree lens that you can put in here to tighten it up a little bit. So let's just try this for fun. I'll plug it in. Just use the yoke, set it on the floor, and shoot it straight up and see what it looks like. That. Sorry if I'm mooning you, my pants are falling down. Okay? Takes a second to boot up like DMX stuff does, although it's just being ran standalone. And there you go. But as you can see, that 20 degrees is really wide. I don't like that look at all. So let's put a 10-degree lens on it and see if it tightens it up a little bit. A little bit, not a lot. Really. It's so bright. The eclipse seems more extreme to me. You see that? The record cabinet? And I think the white's kind of boring too. But I am getting, you know, nice dots and stuff on the wall, but I'm just not feeling it. So what I decided to do, what I think I'm going to do, unless you guys change my mind in the comments section, is just use an Ape Light Maxi. One of these suckers right here. Basically, what it is, it's a battery-powered LED fixture. I can change the color on it with a remote very easily. And essentially, it's 3 of the coins in one package. So it's going to be 3 times as bright as the coins. Let's see what that looks like. I'll just turn this on and shoot it. Oh, look at that. I like that look a lot better. Now, I've got options. I can set it kind of out a little bit with the yoke and bring it in like this. Or, alternately, I can go directly under the mirror ball, shoot it up like that, and get a pretty nice effect. Now, I typically bring 6 of these to every event. Easy, battery powered. It's kind of my go-to standard lighting package that I use. I could shoot more than 1 of these at the mirror ball if I wanted to. So let's say I just had one of these sitting on my Pro event table and with the yoke aimed it to shoot right at this mirror ball. And I get even more light. And I can make these colors whatever color I want. I can make white. I can make them fade like they're doing right now. I can make them different colors, the same color. I can make them, you know, put them in music mode and make them flash to the music. I can do a lot of things with this. It seems like the path of least resistance. The effect, and I know you can't see it real well, it's just on that little orange part of the wall there. Orange spot on the wall there. And you do see some Eclipse, of course, shadow behind it. But I don't know what you're going to see outdoors. I don't know what I'm going to have behind me as far as the wall goes. It might not make a difference, but it works, and it's easy. So I'm going that route. Unless someone out there, between now and tomorrow, talks me into something else. That is easy. But remember, this is a simple pool party. Well, disco, but I can DJ disco in my sleep. I took the party because it sounds like fun to do 4.5 hours of disco. I don't get much of an opportunity to do that. But the mirror ball is something that I had to kind of tech out. I think that's how I'm going to use it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. So that's it. Hopefully the audio in this video is better than in the last video. I appreciate you so much for tuning in and watching, and your likes and subscriptions and comments and all that stuff. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.